Hello and welcome. Today we're taking a look at the Atrelea station from EC3d. Tried to go live on YouTube, but that really didn't work. So, my name is Brandon. This is Pulsefired Gaming, and we're taking a look at a FDM print of the Atrelea station from the Terran. What is it? The Terran Conflict. Yeah. So, the Astrea Nebula Kickstarter that Evan Carruthers just concluded, and I wanted to get in on some of this, and so I decided that I was gonna build some stations, but my resin printer isn't working, so I sliced these up and 3D printed them on my two Ender 3s. So we'll get this rolling here. It's actually really simple. There's 4 parts. You can't really get it wrong unless you're not paying attention. So we're gonna apply some glue, and in the center, these 2 pieces right here have to merge perfectly. If you get that right, then you get the rest of it right. So yeah. What we've done to modify these was I split the station in half using Mesh Mixer to split it in half so I can print it on 2 front faces so they look pretty good. They do have some little boogers on them that need to be taken care of before I prime this, but once I go and prime it, it's done. I had chosen initially, and I stayed up last night slicing a whole bunch of these files to modify the bottom and to put the Star Wars Armada keyhole on it so I could use it with existing stands that I had. But I got to thinking, I think that I should use the actual stands that come with the Kickstarter, both the Terran Conflict and Astrea Nebula, because these stations are stationary. I mean, it's in the name, they're stationary. So what I think is we should use the existing stands, because we don't need to worry about movement or course or arc. Just use like standard hex stands and you're good to go. The other thing that I did to these files specifically was make them bigger. So on, it's the general rule of thumb for my table is, does the product look good alongside Star Wars Armada ships? That's the standard thought process that I go through. And you know what they do? These are a little small. The stations are a little small, not super small, but a little small. And I think the position that we're in, we should have doubled them. So we did. And unlike the UTR Alamo station, which was just a utter monstrosity of station, these start quite small, and when you double them up, they look, I think, kind of normal. Compare those to like the O'Neill Creation stations, the stations that are going on with EC3d. Doubling them up makes them look like they belong to the same universe. I'm super excited because I'm going to start working on the Overtaken fleet for the Astrea Nebula Kickstarter, because the files were released last night, and I think we can take those and make them really nice for the for full thrust. We have a full thrust game on Wednesday that we're going to be filming and putting up. So these are kind of keyed. Can't really see it on here, but on here you can see that it's got a little divot right there. Once the divot goes in there, makes it a nice little thing, nice little alignment. So we're going to apply a little glue to that, And the angle of this doesn't look great. This is kind of a quick throw together video, but whatevs. The top of this looks great. I printed these with ironing on, and I printed them at like 0.1, whereas I printed the main station at 0.3 to kind of get it done. Get her done, as it were. And I think we're having a bit of a alignment issue. Maybe. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this here, give the super glue time to bind, see if it actually will stick. And if not, go in with some accelerant. So we'll use one hand to hold this right where we want it, which I believe is about right there. It's not really fitting because I think there's a big difference in the printing world when you print something at 0.3 versus 0.1. And again, if you're printing these on resin like they're supposed to be printed, there should be no fitment issues at all because they're designed for resin printing. If my printers were a little better, I think there would be no issues at all. Alrighty. Well, we're just gonna brute force it. Okay. Ready. Ready, steady. I should have zoomed the camera out a little bit so you could see more of the field. Okay. There's an alternate way we do this. Put some accelerant on the part, since there's already super glue into place, and we put it exactly where we want it, and hold it there, and let the accelerant chemically bond and activate the super glue. Let it do its thing. Now, once we clean up a lot of the little boogers on the station and then prime it, the station will look a lot better. Here we go. It is now in place. And we're going to put some super glue, fill this little gap here. Grab our little dental pick thing, get it in there, make sure it's in there. Okay. Cap on the super glue. Here's the station. Evan Carruthers, EC3d Atrelea station from the Terran Conflict Kickstarter. All right. And for that, well, not on the thumb. There we go. Thanks for watching.